Hi, good afternoon. This is William Crawford, candidate for governor for the state of Florida, Republican. I want to talk to you today about choices. 2010 is the time for choices. I think we all feel that down deep in our hearts. We kind of feel like this is the time that we either have to make a stand or we have to sit back and say, well, it is the way it is and there's nothing we can do about it. I think that a lot of us have joined the Tea Party movement. A lot of us have gone to 9/12 meetings. A lot of us have gotten together with others and talked politics in a time that, we would have never thought we would be talking politics. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, it doesn't really matter anymore. It kind of seems like everything that we're doing is to regain control of our future. That the future of our children, the future of ourselves, the future of our state, the future of our country is left up to grassroots patriots such as yourself and such as myself. It's hard to run for governor of the state of Florida. It's hard because you end up traveling throughout the entire state. You get torn away from your family and taken time away from the time that you wish you to have spent with them. And, at the end of the day, you have to say, well, did I do the right thing? And I really feel like I did. I feel like I've done the right thing so far in my campaign. I feel like I've been out there talking to people, hoping to get a message across that, I am exactly what you see. I'm a native Floridian. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm an uncle. I'm all those things. And I'm just sick of the problems that we face. I'm sick of hearing politicians tell me why they can't fix something whenever we know that there isn't a problem in this world that can't be solved. It's aggravating me. It's getting to the point to where you just start saying, okay, I can either sit on the sidelines and I can continue to complain about everything that's going on, which is getting us absolutely nowhere, or I can put on a jersey, put on a helmet, and get into the game. And that's the point that I came to back in March, early March of this year. I sat and I said, well, we've got to do something. Somebody's got to get out there. Somebody's got to say, hey, you know what? We can move forward. We can fix the issues, because the time of complaining about the other party, the time of saying it's this person's fault or that person's fault, those days are over, because as long as you're complaining about something, you're not moving forward. You're just sitting there complaining to complain. You're not coming up with a resolution or solving a problem. So what we have to do is we have to get past this partisan, it's their fault, it's his fault, it's no one's fault. It's everyone's fault. It's all of our faults for electing the same politicians over and over and over again and expecting different results. We know, and we've come to our senses at this point and have realized that we can't continue to do that. We can't continue to elect the same people into office and expect that somehow they're going to get smarter, or somehow something's going to change in their mindset and they're going to start saying, hey, I have a solution. I think those days are over. I think we've all realized that the time for us to take a stand is today. The time for us to say that the time of politics of old has ended is today. And I think it's time for us to rebuild back onto the Constitution, back onto the state's Constitution, and tell the federal government that we just cannot continue to take things like Obamacare. We can't continue to take on projects like the high-speed rail for the state. We can't continue to fund all of these welfare programs, and we can't continue to fund all of the prison programs, and we can't continue to fund our schools at the levels that we're funding them and not produce a better student. I think we've all came to that realization that this time for change has to occur now. That the choices that we have are choices that are not as easy as which pair of pants are we going to put on today, but are hard choices as to who's going to lead this state and who's going to lead our country in the future, because without making those choices, we're dead in the water. It's easy to make a choice of what clothes you're going to wear or what supper you're going to eat. It's easy to make a choice whenever someone tells you, well, this is the person that you should pick because they're supported by the party. Well, who cares who's supported by the party? At the end of the day, isn't the party you? Aren't you the voter? When did the party become the voter? When did the party start telling everyone within the party, this is the way you should vote? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I don't walk the same line as everyone else. Maybe I'm a free thinker. Maybe I'm myself. I think you're an individual. I think you're a free thinker. You should free think for yourself. look at the candidates, look at their issues, look at where they stand, and start asking yourself, who has the better opportunity to fix the issues that we face? Who's going to do it and not talk about it, but actually perform the work once they're elected? That's my biggest concern. If I could find a better candidate right now, I wouldn't be in the race. I would get out and I would stay home, because you know what? It's nice to be home at night. It's nice not to be going down to, Broward County at 7:15 a.m. and leaving my house at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's nice not to spend a whole Saturday in Brevard in the 98-degree heat, because you're hoping that you get enough straw poll votes so that people start standing up and taking notice. It's nice to not be going, from county to county to county on a Saturday afternoon, giving one speech after another, 12 or so speeches in a day. It's nice to be able to sit home and say, you know what, I'm glad everything's taken care of. I don't think our parents had these concerns. I don't remember ever hearing them say, man, this guy just is horrible and I'm going to run for office. We have a lot of good politicians, good people who wish to make good politicians, and we have a lot of bad career politicians. The time has come for us to stand up and say, we're going to elect good politicians, good civic-minded people